If you are new to human design, you're probably wondering where to get accurate information. You bought the books, signed up for courses, you're using free information on the internet, you're in forums, you're in groups. And for the most part, these are good resources. They're well intentioned, but they don't tell you about you specifically. Also, not all of the information online is accurate or useful, even. Your human design is very unique to you. Each person has their own way of expressing their design. So you're not going to find out about you in a book, a blog, a training course, a group. So, what are human design readings? And why do I believe that you should get one? Let's talk about it. First of all, it's not fortune telling and it's not crystal ball reading. It is what I call the woo woo version of personality tests. You're all, or most of you, should be familiar with Myers-Briggs. It's something that you do coming out of high school, possibly coming out of college, and possibly going into a job. You're checking for the right fit. Human design is about aligning with who you are and getting to know who you are from a bird's eye view. You're getting to know how you fit into the collective picture of the human design family. You're learning the goal of the human design family is to contribute to the evolution and the continued survival of the human race. So you're learning what your purpose is, what your contribution is. You're getting an easy way to get on the highway for your life. You're even getting a decision making strategy that works for you all the time. And as a byproduct, you're learning to radically accept yourself because that's who you are. Your human design is who you are and it's never going to change. So you are also learning self love. Reasons to get a reading. Number one, it is a one stop shop. When you're talking to somebody about your own human design, you are cutting down on all the searching and piecing together of your own human design reading from your books and the internet and so forth. And it's an opportunity for you to ask questions and express all of the emotions that you're having about finding out what your type is and learning your design. And it is a place to get honest feedback about your next steps along your human design journey. You get to plan, experiment, evaluate, refer back to a person, and go back out and do it all over again. If you're not familiar with me, I'm Brigitte Knight. I'm a human design educator, mentor, tutor, human design enthusiast. I love all things human design. I use it indirectly in my work as a mental health and relationship counselor or therapist, and I use human design directly when I do readings and teach human design workshops and courses. If you like what you hear today, feel free to get in touch and find out if I can help you further. So let's keep going. What is a one stop shop? What do I mean by that? Well, you are going to learn all the keynotes, all the high points, all the important stuff in your chart. And those are your type, strategy, definition, your purpose. You're going to be able to check for alignment. How are you doing? Learning your human design isn't about finding out your faults. It's about also finding out how well you're doing. So you're going to hear a story being told about yourself. You're going to feel vindicated sometimes, you're going to feel validated sometimes, you're going to feel confused, you're going to wonder who are they talking about sometimes. But all of the information, everything you hear is going to start a chain of events that's leading to integration and embodiment. So it's all about your gifts, your unique challenges, your potential, and you're just going to start falling in love with yourself as you continue in the reading. Now, what you're going to love about it, if you've never done it before and had any kind of session where it's all about you, you're going to love this. This is time that is devoted just to hearing about yourself. And it's an amazing gift and an amazing investment in the rest of your life. Once you do it and get on your journey in human design, you're going to see what I mean. So, what do I mean by talking it out? You're gonna, as I said, hear the story of you. And In addition to learning your gifts and your potential, you're going to learn about what is your unique contribution to that collective human design goal. Why are you super necessary to helping us continue to evolve and survive? And again, not always pointing out what you're doing wrong or not measuring up to, but also showing you where you are already living your human design, which is very cool. Because, like, wow, who knew? And you'll get an opportunity to go even deeper. So, you will find that there are some human design readers who give you the opportunity to watch something pre recorded or read a report about yourself before you sit and speak with them. There's some sort of basic prep involved. I would encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity. Read over what they've sent you, watch it, because they're really trying to help you get the most out of your reading. From the prep, you're going to come up with more specific questions to ask that apply to you personally. So I highly recommend you take advantage of everything that they send you and everything that they offer to support you in your design reading. Now, our next step and our final consideration about a human design reading is the planning, the experimenting, and the evaluating. Those are things that are not necessarily traditional to human design readings, but it points out where your attention is required. What parts of your human design need your full attention, need the most experimentation? Where should you focus from the beginning? And what needs tweaking? Sometimes people come to human design readings and they want to know what's the best job, the best career, how to raise their children by design. And they want to know all about relationships, like how do I like myself better? How do I fit into the world? How do I deal with my anxiety and depression and all of the things that go with relating to people? How do I communicate better? Those are all things that people bring to human design, but it's important to remember the basics of your keynotes. If you don't understand your keynotes, it's going to be very difficult to apply them to these areas of your life. So please know that going in, that you can study all the things in human design, you can learn all the things, but if you don't actually have a plan of how you're going to start experimenting with it and have a process of evaluating your progress, then you're going to be spinning your wheels and wasting a lot of time and energy. So that's another reason why a human design reading is super valuable. Now, who are the people that are showing up for readings? What type of people are they? What questions are they asking? So, I want to share with you some of the inquiries that I have received, some of the questions people will say, Brigitte, this is what I want to know in my consultation with you and my possible reading. Some people, as I mentioned before, they come to me for relationship issues. Their life isn't going great. They're blaming themselves. They have toxic relationships. They're depressed. They need money. They want to find out how to make a living. They want to become a creator of some sort, how to use their design to get into the right invitations or respond to the right opportunities. I love this one about the 21-year-old nursing student. She wanted to know how to avoid burnout in her career. I thought that was brilliant. That is so smart. And this person, the last one that says, I feel like HD has something to teach me right now in my life. That's an interesting one because many people come to human design and they're like, huh, that's interesting. I don't really feel drawn to it right now, and they put their human design chart away in a drawer. And that's totally okay as well, because you got to be ready. There has to be a reason for you to move into human design, or it's just kind of dead knowledge, right? So this person felt like now is the right time. So, here are a few more reasons that I have come across. Some people have wanted help with their career or building their business structure. Now, I'm not a business coach per se, I don't have an MBA, but again, what I can help you with is discussing your business idea with the knowledge of your type and your strategy and your authority and your energy level in mind. And from there, I can give you resources and referrals to people who can build on that knowledge. Because as I said, if you don't have a good handle on the basics of your design, building a business and finding the right career and experimenting in those arenas in a way that's educated, you're going to really waste a lot of time and burn up your energy bumping around without accurate information. There are some people in human design that it's harder for them to know their direction unless they're actually talking to someone, right? And bouncing ideas off of that person. That is a good use of human design reading. And I do that a lot. I sort of coach as I do the reading. And sometimes they want to study on their own. They don't want to be part of a big course with tons of people where they're not necessarily getting individual attention. They want someone to teach them human design or teach them their own human design or a child or a partner or a couple's reading. Those are all possible. And I love this one, the very last one. I am a projector mom. How do I not screw up my generator kids? I love that one because it's so accurate once you learn human design and all the characteristics of each type and you look around at your family. The next step is once I kind of get a handle on me and healing me, how do I now use this valuable information that I know is powerful? How do I use it to help my family, my loved ones? So you can probably tell there's some common themes already here: career, business, burnout, overwhelm, relationships, communication. Human design can help you improve pretty much anything in your life. I haven't yet bumped up against any challenge or problem that we couldn't somehow find a fit for human design. So, at your reading, nothing is off the table. At this point, I want to just check in and say you probably know by now whether you are a manifester, a generator, a manifesting generator, a projector, or a reflector, because those are the 5 types in human design, the 5 personality types. So, a topic for us to look at now is what are the common questions or needs of each particular type. We can look at these slides here. And again, these are some of the questions that come up from people that I have worked with over time. Maybe you need help with these things too. So, this slide is looking at manifestors and manifesting generators and noting some of the common challenges they have. For instance, relationships can be big ones for manifestors and manifesting generators. Identifying patterns in your communication that cause friction, being irritated or frustrated with people around you and not knowing how to communicate that to them. As a manifester, sometimes it's hard to receive criticism and it's hard to be told what to do. And in human design, that's a part of the learning. And it's important for you as a manifestor and manifesting generator to find the right reader for you that can work with that energy. So let's see if you're a generator and again a manifesting generator, because I don't think I said, but manifesting generators are half manifestor and half generator. So manifesting generators have like a double whammy when it comes to how do I use my human design. So some of the common questions for them is how do I use my sacral to choose what I want to do with my life? What do I do while I'm waiting for something to respond to? How do I tell that I've gone too far and I'm frustrated and I need something new to do? Do I know when to use my sacral? Do I need to use it for everything or do I just need it to use it for important things? And what are important things? So, moving on to a projector, which is what I am. Projectors are here to guide and direct other people, but they don't have a lot of energy to do that. So, they have a very specific strategy. So, my question to all projectors is can you explain to me your strategy and authority? So that's one of the things you should get in a human design reading if you are a projector. Be able to explain and demonstrate and give examples of where you have used your strategy. So you'll learn that in your reading. You'll also learn about waiting. What does that mean? What should you be doing? You'll also learn about invitations. What are they? How do you know what a good invitation is? How do you know what to do with yourself when you're on that burnout hamster wheel? And again, do you know when enough is enough in your life? What does it look like in your particular life? And finally, our fifth human design type is the reflector. They have some common themes as the projector, and it's really important for reflectors to understand why they're here and what their strategy is for making decisions, but also what is their strategy for protecting their energy from being depleted by others. What is their strategy for knowing when to use their unique talent, the purpose that they're here for? So, some of the questions that reflectors might be wondering about and wondering where to get full answers. Do you feel like you belong in the environment that you're in? Do you feel disconnected from yourself or the people around you? And are there times where you feel like you really need to get out of here? You gotta fly the coop because it's just the energy is just too strong or too painful. Do you know why that's happening and what to do about it? And even when you're looking at your chart, do you understand why it looks different from other people's charts that you may have seen? You may feel responsible for everything around you and fixing everything around you and not be able to and become disappointed in yourself and others. Do you know what that really means? And finally, do you have people in your life that you trust, that love you, and that will tolerate listening to you and accept you and really help you move into your human design type and strategy and authority and help you make the contribution that you're here to make to our collective goal? So, just to review, what to expect in your foundation reading would be your keynotes, have an opportunity to ask and submit questions, and also get a little bit of information about your next steps. So, coaching, resources, questions, your keynotes, your purpose, and your unique challenges. There are some people who feel motivated to get more than one human design reading, and by all means, do that because you can get different perspectives. People that do readings have different life experience and they can bring their unique observations to your reading and possibly give you a new way of even looking at how you do your human design. So now that we understand what a reading is and what type of people show up to get them and who needs them, let's move on to my pet peeve, which is please stop trying to DIY, jerry rig, or MacGyver your human design. It is a recipe for disaster, wasted time, and burnout. Piecing your human design together is really not the way to go, right? It's an unnecessary challenge that you're putting before yourself. I've had people come to me for a consultation to see, what their next step is in human design, and some of them tell me that they have been studying their human design on their own for years. And mind you, that's not terrible, but when I ask them sometimes to tell me about why they're here, like what is your basic purpose? What is a manifestor here to do? What's a projector here to do? They often can't answer me because they haven't really been talking it out with anybody. They haven't been in a community of people that are working towards the same thing. So they haven't fully internalized their basic structure of who they are and what they're here to contribute. And for sure, they are coming in because they have a challenge figuring out how to experiment with their design and how to align with it. So, those are people who've been bumping around with human design for years who are asking those questions. So, those of you who are new, I beg you to do yourself a favor and save up the money, invest in a reading. You're investing in you, you're investing in your future. Start your human design off on a good foot. If you have time, take a professional course and join a community of people who are learning if possible. That is one great way to learn. I did that. I took a professional course because I was so relieved to hear my design. I wanted to hear more right away and I wanted to tell others about it. Before you book a reading, you want to make sure you arrange a consultation or two with different people. So, we're going to look at that next. Here are a few questions that you might consider when you are consulting with a human design reader. Are they certified? How long have they been experimenting with their own human design? How has their life changed since they've been experimenting with their human design? Do they have experience working with your human design type? Do they love working with your human design type? And do they have suggestions to help you apply your human design in your life issues? And is there opportunity to pre-submit questions? Or is there going to be space to ask questions during your reading? And what might they recommend as a next step after your reading is complete? Do they have that piece in place? Do they have referrals and resources that can support your human design? So, my 2 cents that I would add here is shop around and interview a few readers. I have heard that people have tried to do that. They've reached out to different readers, sent them um, emails, or contacted them in the way that the reader requested, and they haven't heard back from them. So, throw your feelers out to as many people as you can that you resonate with. Hopefully, one of them will get in touch. The other thing you want to expect from your human design reader is honesty. If your new unique issue that you're bringing in is not something that's in their wheelhouse, they don't feel comfortable dealing with it, or maybe they're still in training and they're not quite at the level that you require them to be, they're going to tell you. They should tell you. So you're looking for someone who has integrity. You want to expect your reader will check if you're a good fit or not. You want somebody who will say that to you. I may not be the reader for you, and I may have a resource for you if that's okay. That's the type of interaction you want to have with a prospective human design reader. And you want to know that most people who are drawn to human design and put themselves out there as readers are fellow seekers like yourself. They just happen to be hopefully ahead of you enough that you can learn from their experience and from their training, right? They have been through some life and they truly want to help you have an easier path using your design. So I encourage you to use your heart and your sacral and see if the person is right for you. You will know. As you speak to them, you're going to get clearer, especially if you're a projector. If you are a generator, you're going to have that gut response that this feels good, this person feels good, I love what I'm hearing. And if your strategy, your human design strategy is to sleep on it and wait for clarity, I encourage you to do that as well. Take the time before you decide. Don't succumb to any pressure. Human design readers who are operating from a place of love and integrity, they're not going to pressure you to work with them. They will be happy to talk with you so that you can make your own assessment. And most importantly, trust yourself. Let your intuition guide you. And you will hear from the conversation whether the potential reader is knowledgeable, competent, passionate about human design, passionate and interested in making sure you understand it. As a projector, do you feel that there's some recognition there? Do you feel love? Do you feel connection? Do you resonate? So these are all things that you know on a very different level than just the surface. Trust your gut that you will find the right human design reader. So, thank you very much for taking the time to learn about human design readings. I hope that you took away some valuable nuggets, and wherever you are in your human design journey, you can use it to take your next step. So, if you want to find a certified human design reader, you just need to go to a search engine and pop in the words human design reader, human design coach, help understanding human design, and see what shows up for you. Shop around, like I said, see who resonates with you. And if you resonate with me, I would be honored to speak with you about that. I love talking to people about human design. So, feel free. But regardless, if you're new to human design and you're contemplating what to do next, I encourage you to download my free human design starter kit, where you'll get bullet points for your type and relationship tips for your type, affirmations that are written for your type. And I also record your affirmations so that you can listen to them and start thinking about yourself in the embodiment of your human design. Once again, thanks for being here and listening, and bye for now.